All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. So, gonna try to do some tech stuff here. Our chat room is having issues sharing to the chat room. YouTube should be perfectly fine. So just give me a second while I try to restart our chat room here. So, guys, over in our chat, you're gonna lose connection for a little bit. We'll try to see if we can get this working. I'll be back in just 2 minutes. So. All right, let's see here. Good morning, guys, over on YouTube. Just be a little patient with me as I try to get this going on the other side. The chat room this morning has chosen disobedience instead of being compliant with what it need for it to do. So we'll get in here, bearbootraders.com, and we'll try to get these guys up and running again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Boogie Woogie. John, good morning. Natharion, good morning to you as well, my friend. Good to see you. Michael, good to see you. Good morning. You're with me on YouTube. Excellent. So good to see you there. And all right, let's see here. Let's go back into our chat room. And it just happens so random. Like there's no rhyme or reason why this error happens. So we'll try one more time here. In the meantime, we got the SPY here reacting slightly red at the moment, as you can see here on the screen. So we'll see what the day brings today. All right, let's try it again. Going into the chat room, and don't want to get started just yet until we go through, try to get our friends from the chat room on board with us. All right, let's see here. So microphone is working. That's good. Let's see if we can get the screen going. If I can get it now, then we will just continue on with the show, guys. We'll have to have the people in our chat join YouTube if they want to get a visual. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not going to work. When it doesn't do it right away, I usually get an error. Yep, no permission. So unable to log in over on our YouTube, on our chat room. So friends, if you want to get the visual, go over to BBT community. We're streaming live there. You can join us there, but the sound will be good. It's just the video, for some reason, it's, as I mentioned, it's choosing disobedience this morning. All right, friends, quick look at our gappers list today. We have there we go. We have a couple of stuff in the green, much more in the red today, as things are sliding a little bit this morning. So over the last couple of days, we've seen things kind of pull back, a big pullback. If you look at that list, it sticks out right away. It's going to be Bitcoin, right? Cryptocurrency stocks down quite a bit. I mean, they're all here, all the characters. You got Mara, CleanSpark, Coin, Riot. Hood does some of that stuff on there. But again, all the players are here this morning. If you're somewhat connected to BTC, you are down today. And if we look at the charts here, overall, it's been just sliding quite a bit, hit 74. And since then, the last couple of days has kind of been dragging down, especially the last 2 days, losing some ground here. Again, this thing has been up quite a bit, so it's looking pretty nice as far as the big picture, right? Since February, we've been up from 42,072. You know, we're down 10, 12,000. It's not bad, given what we have done, right? It's not a huge issue, but obviously is we've seen this story in the past. Are we heading back down to 40? Are we finding some support here? You know, those concerns start to rise up and people want to get ahead of it. And you're seeing here a lot of these tickers down this morning. So we'll keep watching that, see how that builds. Friends over in our chat room, if you cannot see the screen, it's not you, it is me. I don't have permission to share this morning, so apologies for that. So you're only going to get audio. You got the YouTube link. Donald, thank you for saying that, my friend. Appreciate it. Donald sent the link. I'll also put it up on the announcements tab as well. So if Rob, if you could take that link and put it up on the announcement tab for our members, with a note on there. No visual in chat today. You will have to join us over on YouTube. And if you're there joining us on YouTube, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll ask you for kindly to hit that thumbs up and help us get to our goal of 160 likes is what we usually do here throughout the day. All right, friends, let's get to it. So let's take a look at our gappers list this morning. I'm going to Control A, Control X, and get rid of this list that we have here. Some of these the usual suspects will come back, like Nvidia. I watched the Nvidia conference yesterday. I just had it on in the background, and man, you really got to know tech to kind of follow what this guy was talking about, which I think he did an okay job. He's very smart, but presenting is probably not one of his strong suits, right? It was a little awkward at times, and I think he was waiting for a response. The crowd didn't give him the response. It was just very awkward. So at Nvidia, we'll see how that responds today. But before we get to that, oh, Peter, good morning, Peter. Carlos can't connect to you, but I am out here. Excellent, my friend. Good to have you out there in spirit. Appreciate it. Oh, I see your message here over in the chat as well. So, Peter, monitor the chats there. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you're in a hotel, vMix connection could be a problem. You might not be able to get in right away or at all, depending on the VPNs and security stuff they have. Let's see here, guys. FUSN, right? So FUSN this morning, it is a Fusion Pharmaceutical up 98% right now. So 4 million shares traded. This seems like a lot of fun. I'll need your help, guys, with the news here. But some kind of maybe approval, phase one, whatever approval. This is pretty big, 99%. So I like that there. It is in play this morning. The flow is not that bad, 47 million. So that's what I have on tradingterminal.com. If somebody can just, double check that somewhere else as well. I want to make sure we got the latest and greatest as we go through these numbers. Another great source can also be Finbiz, because we've seen some issues with that number at times. So let's just confirm here. I want to make sure we got good data for you guys. And if I look at FUSN, yeah, well, 47.7 on the dot. So that matches beautifully this morning. Okay, 1 for 1 today. All right, so I'm adding this to the list. I think it is in play. What's the news, guys? What do we have here? The news on this bad boy. You guys have it? If you could throw that out, I will appreciate it. We'll be seeing what's driving this thing today. AstraZeneca buyout. Oh, it's a buyout. Oh, that yeah, that might not trail that hot if it's a buyout. It's happening, or it's a rumor of a buyout. Rumor could be great, but if it's happening, that might not be all that. Yeah, I guess if you look at the big slide, it does look like a buyout. You do got some movement this morning in here, but yeah, if it's a buyout, it's not gonna be ideal. That's a shame. It could have been good. FUSN, we're going to move it down here to a possible. Let's see what happens there. But for the most part, that catalyst is not going to trade very well. Let's take a look at XPEV here. So XPEV this morning, we were up 4.1, 463. 963,000 shares traded right now. It is up slightly this morning. Had a bad day yesterday. Sold off pretty good here. I don't know if it's heavily in play. These EVs have been a little bit weird lately. Tesla's been the one that I've been watching. Yesterday, I did not have it on my list, but it did trade very well to the downside. Tesla, on the other hand, had a nice move up before it started selling off, and I think it gapped up again this morning. We'll take a look at it in a second. XPEV could be a good secondary one. So I'm going to add this one on here. We'll add this as a secondary for now. And thinking of EVs, I'm going to look at Tesla and see where we stand. So again, Tesla, big moves yesterday. That was fun to watch. This morning, as we remove some of these levels that we have here, this morning, what do we have? We are looking at a gap down of 1.5 on it, 2.3 million shares traded. Man, I sold perfectly. I had a swing over this from Friday, so I sold it yesterday once it hit 174 something, and I'm glad I did. We're down here slightly, 1.5. Does that mean it's coming back down? I mean, it had a decent move over the last couple of days. I like the volume 2.3. This is definitely in play. I want to have this on my list again today. So we'll take a look at that. So that is our gap up list, guys. That's all we have on there. Gapping down this morning, leading the way. We'll look at the top 6. We're not going to go through everything on this list, but Pixie Y or Pix Y here, it is down 25%. The name of this company is Shift Pixie. Very interesting. What do they do? Pixels? What is guys into? 25% down, 727,000 shares traded. It is hard to borrow, so I'm not too excited about that. The price, again, pretty low here. And if I'm looking at this correctly, and I'm going to just check again here. on Pixie Y. Pix Y. Let's just check. The flow here seems to be. Peter, good morning.
Hello,
Hello, we hear you, my friend.
Carlos. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can. Yes.
Okay, good, good.
I
Um,
You can see I'm trapped in this pit of hell. So seems that
are
my
you still on
connection is
that?
bad.
Are you still flying a
I'm,
flare? Are you still in the airplane trying to get to Vegas? Where are you, man?
I did make it to Vegas, which means it's still dark and early morning here. Um, it took me over 87 hours to achieve that,
That is
and
insane, man.
I'm exhausted. Look at these bags under my eyes. It's
Yeah,
that's like the longest, stupidest weekend I've had in a very long time.
that sounds rough, man. But
Ugh.
hey, you're in Vegas.
Anyways,
You're allowed to walk around half asleep in Vegas down the strip. That's perfectly fine. You'll fit right in. All right, so you're good. In fact, if you're not walking that way, it might be a little weird. Excellent, my friend. Johnson says you are
it's
alive.
true.
Yes, he is. Yes, he
I'm
is.
alive. Yes.
All right, first, so looking at this Pixie, I mean, it is a very low flow stock as well. So again, doesn't really fit my criteria. I'm going to leave that one alone for now. The next one we're going to look at here is SMR, which again, nuke scale. We know this very well because it has been on our gap up and down list a couple of times over the last few days. This morning, it is down 10%, 1 million shares traded. How did it trade yesterday? Let's take a look here. How the action was yesterday. Peter, did you fall on the mic? No, Peter's good. Okay, just checking, make sure we take care of Peter here. Um, I mean, it looks like it did something here. Very light volume on the 5 minute candle. I'm just not a fan. Has anyone in the chat traded this? Have you guys been watching this? Has it been tradable? Any success in any strategy when it comes to SMR over on YouTube and on our chat? Anything good on this? Again, I haven't watched it enough to really put it on my list or not. You don't see a screen. Yeah, if you are on our chat, you cannot see the screen. You got to go to YouTube. Again, the chat room chose violence this morning against me. It's not letting me in, so I cannot share my screen for some reason. Happens once in a while there. So apologies for that. And then since Peter's not at home where he has his complete setup, he can stream it over to the chat as usually does. I'm sure that will cost a lot of tech issues being on connected to a hotel line, right? So SMR guys. So yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, and I'm actually coming in over my phone because you're right. I guess the hotel must have had some security restrictions because I couldn't get you at all. Everything
yeah,
worked. Great
yeah,
internet connection.
yeah. You know
No
what
ability to do
happens too?
this.
There's two-way street, right? You got the upload, you got the download. Hotels cares about the download, so they upload. Don't put anything on the upload. So if you try to
I,
upload like your video through a hotel line, it's gonna be horrible, right? The upload's gonna be pretty bad.
yeah, I did a speed test and the upload was the same as the download. I was getting about 20 megabits per second both ways, so which is as
Mm,
good as I get at home, at least on the upload. So, anyways,
yeah, yeah.
we're here now.
Um, all right, so
SMR. It seems to be a battle of the analysts here. They
yeah,
got a downgrade this morning, which is why they're down 10%, I'm assuming. But before they were up an upgrade from a different analyst who then doubled their target price. So I don't know what's going on with this, but it seems like there's a difference of opinion.
yeah.
I agree with you, Carlos. This feels like a super risky type stock at this point.
Yeah, yeah, we'll roll the truck on that one, guys. We'll leave that one alone. Uh, am I getting fired, Boogie? They've been trying to get me fired for a long time here. So yeah, the firing is just one of those things that's just it's always on the horizon. But yeah, no permission to stream in the chat today. All right, let's see SMCI here this morning. What do we have? We are down 10%. 650,000 shares traded. Man, this is taking a little bit of a nice drop. I mean, so has Nvidia and a lot of the other semiconductors, but this one, when it does the drop, it seems like it's a lot, but it's 10% here. So I don't know. SMCI, it is in play. I find it difficult to trade this stock because of the lack of volume. Peter, have you traded this one yet so far when you have been looking at the semis?
Despite all of the everything that's happened with it, no, I've never traded it. Today, it's the type of news we don't like either, with
Yeah.
it being a secondary offering. So they're putting more shares out. I'm surprised it took them this long. But
Hmm.
they're going to be issuing more shares, which is going to increase their float to about 58.6 million from the current what are they sitting at 47? So another 10 million shares or so. So yeah, that's why we're seeing it topping our list here
Yeah.
or
So
bottoming our list. We never
oh,
did decide whether if it's down the most, is it
it,
topping or bottoming?
I think it's topping. I think the top of the gap
Topping the gap
down.
down list.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Leading the way in the gap down, topping the gap down. Yeah. Yeah. Um, all right, so you have it, friends. I'll have it on here secondary on the secondary list. It is tradable today on SSR, by the way. So over the last couple of days, been losing some ground. What? Peter? It sounds like you're hitting the drums over there. Is that you typing, or you doing like this to the mic? What's going
Sorry,
on?
that's just me typing. I did forget my I forgot my external microphone, like my little headset I normally wear, which means that
Oh,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
using the
yeah.
embedded microphone in my laptop, which of course then you hear every vibration of.
Oh, we hear everything, my friend. Be careful. Listen,
All right, I'll try and type later. I'm
or
not typically
or
a soft typer.
yeah, or if you have like a mute button, you can. That's what I do. I hit the mute button and the key. It's a pain sometimes, and I forget to unmute it. But yeah, that sounds. That by the way, the mic sounds very good. Whatever laptop you have, that mic to be a default mic sounds
Okay.
actually pretty good. See, it's Peter's voice. No matter
Well,
what he
Dell
uses, he could use the cheapest mic
Dell
ever.
gaming laptop here. It's actually got good
Oh,
embedded components.
okay. All right, so you got a good laptop. Yeah, I was gonna say it's your voice. No matter what you use, it just comes across very nice, man. So excellent. You got the radio voice from Peter. All right, friends. Next on the list, another one, MSTR. That's probably going to be down today, given the way everything is running in tech at the moment. So this is down 9.5, 214,000 shares traded. Again, another one. I'm going to stick it right here next to SMCI. These are ones that have all been heavily in play, and it's just kind of giving a little bit back this morning. So STNE, what do we have here? STNE also down. I saw 9.3, 205,000 shares traded.
Yeah,
We've seen this one before. Not really a big fan of it. Go ahead, Peter.
they're moving too fast for me.
Oh,
Um, The MSTR did have also a sec. Well, they issued some convertible notes, which essentially
hmm,
will act like a secondary offering. It's the same net effect, so that's why they're moving. And then STNE looks like well, they had some earnings that they. I don't have a lot of details on the earnings, but looks like they had some earnings and then some changes in their board on their board of directors. But it's obviously this probably is more about their earnings, and it looks like their forward-looking forecast isn't
yeah,
great. So, I this has been Carlos on our list quite a bit over the last year or so, like every once in a while. And it's another one of those that I've never found a good opportunity to trade it. I just don't like the way it moves.
yeah. Same here. I've seen it plenty of times on this gap up and down, and it's not a favorite for sure. So we'll leave that one alone. And then we get into Mara. So now let's talk Bitcoin. We did mention this very early on. If you guys were just joining us now, BTC is down quite a bit, guys. Hit 74, now down to 63 over the last couple of days, kind of getting into a slide here. And obviously the concern is, we've seen this story before where we shot up and went right back down to what 10, whatever it was 15. So it dropped quite a bit. What's the plans for it now? Are we coming back down to 40? Are we doing a pullback and heading back to 74? That's the concern here. And you're gonna see now all these stocks react, right? So we have Mara, we have Coin, all of them reacting this morning down quite a bit. I like Coin, it's the one I kind of been watching closely. I think it has had the cleanest move up, right? And that means it has the more room and the cleanest move down, possibly if BTC is going to continue to sell off here. If you look at Mara started to sell off a while ago here, back in March when they had their or beginning of March when they had their earnings report, didn't do too well. So the likelihood of them dropping some more is not as high as Coin is going to be, right? They had their drop already. So I like Coin. You can look at Mara and others. But that's what's happening. We have a bunch of them here. CleanSpark, Riot. I mean, you name it. If you're connected to BTC, you are down this morning. Peter, anything else in that space that maybe we want to cover?
Well, Mara does have some news today. It looks like they bought a someone else's Bitcoining mining operation in Garden City, Texas, right beside a wind farm. It was, I guess, 'cause then you get cheap power since it's mostly driven by power. What I don't understand about the article is that it says that this Bitcoin mining operation right beside a wind farm employs 25 people. I get that I don't understand the business. I'll say that right up front. But I thought you really just set the computers up and let them run. What do you need 25 people for? That I don't understand. But I mean, they're not like sitting on bikes pedaling to get the power, right? Anyways,
Yeah, yeah,
clearly I don't understand the business, but
yeah.
seems inefficient.
Let's see here. So yeah, so all is in play today, guys. I have coin. Mara is worthy of a good secondary play here. So we're gonna put Mara on deck for sure. All right. All right, we'll stop here. Oh, of course, Nvidia. Wait, I cannot not have leave Nvidia out this morning. It is down 3%, 1.6 million shares traded. Again, the conference yesterday was I think it was fine. I think the delivery from this gentleman is just like, dude, I know you're the CEO. Get somebody else to do the delivery. Do the intro and do what Apple does, right? Apple, the CEO comes on, he does his part, and then he lets other people talk about different parts of the business, right? Him doing the whole thing was awkward, was weird. Uh, I don't know. It's just I saw it yesterday. I'm like, wow, this is the first time I've seen him talk for that long, right? Right, Sunday. It was just don't do that. Learn from what Apple does. The CEO comes on, does a couple of key things. Then they go to the leaders of each category, which can explain it better and have a little more charisma, right? It was just horrible. So I think that their chip is amazing, what they're trying to do. The delivery was horrible. Nvidia here down 3%, guys. Nevertheless, it's going to be in play today, creating some good volatility for us. We're definitely going to be watching this one. Peter, anything else on
Even
Nvidia?
even Elon learned that message, and you notice that his press conferences now and releases have other people talking, whereas
You
he
have
used to
to.
try and do it all. So
Yeah, yeah, you have to
yeah.
do that. So he has to learn from his peers
Anyways,
and
cool.
and and do that. Nvidia looks great right now. Let's take a
Uh,
look at AMD. I know a lot of these, and Nvidia's kind of Nvidia goes down, and everything else follows suit. Nvidia, AMD is also down 4%. Also going to be in play today. I'm going to add this on here. Looks like we're going to be in a semiconductors and Bitcoin type play this morning. So all right, let's stop here. Peter, I'm not sure if you had a chance to, in your 80 hours travel from what should be a 4 hour, 5 hour flight, if you had any time to look at any tickers you want to review this
I
morning.
I haven't looked at anything. I was joking yesterday that yesterday was all about planes, trains, and automobiles because I finally gave up and had to book some emergency travel just to get myself here. And my travel plan, my travel route was, let me see if I can get this right. It was bus, train, car, plane, car. So that those are all the modes of travel in order that I had to take yesterday to
That is
complete this journey.
insane.
So no, I haven't looked at the short answer. I was a second ago though, looking at SoundHound. You didn't mention that.
Nope.
SOUN,
Yep.
which continues to move here. I don't see any real nothing new on it. Uh, yeah, I mean they are partnering with Nvidia, but I think we already knew that. That doesn't feel like news. But I noticed that the price is sort of stabilized up here. I mean, keep in mind, before we started talking about this about a month ago now, this was a $1 stock. So don't let the $8 price tag fool you. This is still, like a little baby stock masquerading as a real offering. But who knows? Maybe it'll be legit. In a little while, if the volume continues. Let me look at the volume again over that period. If this volume continues going forward, then certainly, right? It's going to be one that you can count on, and that happens. I mean, there was a time when AMD sort of started like a SoundHound. I mean, I was watching it back when it was trading relatively low volume, and it was a couple bucks, and now look at it now, all grown up, right? Anyways, so might be worth watching that. The
Yeah.
other. The other one seems to be interesting just because everybody seems to be waiting for pending news, at least from what I was reading during my travels, is Tesla. Um, they're talking about Musk and the number of interviews he's been giving. Like, it feels like he's trying to get in front of this on the media, but at the same time, then he's throwing temper tantrums on X, and there just seems to be a lot of stuff going on. And as we all know, Tesla usually rise and falls with with whatever Elon craziness Elon is doing or not doing in the recent past. So Tesla has been on a downturn for the last couple of weeks, and we noticed it picked up. I see it picked up yesterday here, so maybe this will be a good trading day. The volume didn't change yesterday, but it certainly got itself in a range that it could give you some good movement if it chooses to go. So that would be the only thing that I saw that I could mention.
Yeah, yeah. I do like Tesla, guys. Gonna have it on here. So right now, Tesla coin and Nvidia, and I got some good possibles made up of some more semis and also Mara as well on here, which again moving slightly down 5.5 this morning. That could be good today. That could be real nice. All right, friends, let's get to what you guys like this morning. Let's look at both chats here. Alexander saying, when you go short or long on a stock, do you pay the same commissions? I believe you do. I don't see why it would be different. But I haven't checked like ticker by ticker what the commission is, because I parcel out so much, and what they do is they put the complete order, your realized, and then the total commissions. Like they don't break it out unless you go into line by line and look at it. And I would think it'll be the same, right? I think it's
Yeah,
by shares, right? But I can't. I'm
yeah,
not gonna tell you that I looked at. Hey, this is short. How much was the commissions? I haven't done that. Go ahead,
yeah.
Peter.
I mean, I trade mostly short, and I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the commissions are still very low. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
yeah. I'm pretty sure that they're the same. It's a good question. I can't say definitively that I
right.
know,
Because you
but
haven't looked
um,
like line by line. Right, right.
yeah. But keep in mind, I mean, going
So low.
long and going long and selling a short and selling a long and shorting a stock is the same actions, right? So I
Yeah.
don't think the commissions would change. It just depends on which you do first as to which direction you're.
Oh, we lost. Okay, look like you just froze, but you're back. Peter, you got sound?
Oh, I'm back. I can
Okay,
hear
you're
you.
back. Yep. Yeah, we heard the last part that you said there. Yeah, when see if you have a margin account, you are borrowing money, but you're not like holding on to it long term or something like that. So it's a little bit different than when you borrow short and you're a margin and you're holding overnight. It's a whole different story if you do that, right? And it depends on the broker. Interactive brokers is pretty good about their commissions, and that's what you use, Peter, right? Interactive brokers. So it's not a big deal. Um, all right, let's take a look here, guys. What you guys like this morning? Roblox from Dan, RBLX. What are they up to this morning? These guys are down almost 1%. Very light volume. That is a big drop the last couple of days, right? We haven't seen this. So, what's the news? Are they getting banned? They're getting banned like TikTok? What's happening here? So, yeah, Roblox could be interesting. Let's see if the volume comes in. So, I'm going to add that on here. Not sure if Peter. I think Peter might have froze there. Um, we're gonna do a collection of frozen pictures from Peter. Let me see how this one looks. Oh, this looks good. Let's take a screenshot of that one before he comes back. Here we go. We're gonna do a collection. Where's my screenshot button? There it is. Do a screenshot of this one. We're gonna have a collection of screenshots of Peter freezing, and here he's looking at another trade. There it is. So here's Peter looking at some kind of trade or looking up some news. We're gonna have a collection of this, my friends. So that's number two. All right, friends, let's get to it. So, yeah, Roblox looks interesting. Needs more volume though. 58,000 is just not enough right now. We need a little bit more of that. All right, what else, friends? What else we have going on? Roblox, IOA pay commissions, IO pay no commissions. Let's see what else. Thanks, Ralph. Okay, excellent. How about over on YouTube? Google and Apple. Yeah, so we had the Google and Apple situation yesterday, right? So Google and Apple playing nice here on their Apple's iOS. Good news for Apple, right? They're getting more exposure on Apple phones. So here it is. They're up slightly, 342,000 shares traded. Could be interesting today. We'll add it on here. We'll put both of them this morning. Let's see how Apple is doing. Not so good for Apple though, right? It's because for them, it just shows them that they're not ahead. A lot of the comments that Apple is not ahead on AI as people thought they were. And usually Apple likes to keep everything in house and build everything themselves. So the fact that they're not ahead on AI is interesting, being the tech company that they are. But again, this will be good for consumers if they go to for their consumers if they go to the people that are doing it right, like Google is here. So not sure how much of that is going to continue. Again, it's just conversations. Nothing has been set and done just yet. And regulators can always, get in between here and make a mess out of this. So we'll see what happens. But they look more like possibles now that I'm looking them a little bit closely. We'll keep them on here. We find something better, we can always move these out of the way. You know what? Actually, I heard this morning BYND. Well, that's too many ends there. BYND. I heard that in the radio today. So they're down 5.1. There's really no volume. Hard to borrow. Man, this stock, when this stock came out, we're like, wow, they're gonna be just crushing it. And now they're just like on highway to hell here. I mean, it is just not looking good. Here's when the IPO, everything looks good, great branding, great everything looking nice. And now we're just well below our IPO price at 48 and looking at $7, man. Just struggling, right? So not fun. I don't see anything happening here though. It's pretty quiet right now, so we'll leave it alone. Taking a look over our YouTube direction specialist HLN. So HLN, not a whole lot of. Whoa, no, I take that back. Tons of volume, 3.3 million shares traded, but not a whole lot of activity in the pre-market. Hey, Peter, you're back from what seems to be a
Well,
different source of video.
I'm trying to do this right from my phone.
Hmm.
I don't know how this is going to work.
It works fine. We hear you good. Yeah, it works fine.
Okay,
So there it
great.
is. Excellent, excellent. So here, friends, we're looking at HLN, and this one, it looks messy. Direction, especially even if you look at this candles, I mean, they're just all over the place. I really don't like this Halion PLC. So just be careful. This is the type of stock that you're gonna have this crazy volume. But I just don't know how well this is going to trade, man. So just be careful on that one. Looking at yesterday's action, you had nothing going on, a little bit of activity later parts of the day, but for the most part, just be careful on it. PDD, let's take a look here. PDD, we have a little bit of a drop here, down 1.2, 125,000 shares traded. Not a whole lot going on right now. We'll have to wait for the market open, see how that moves there. We can always look at it in a second. So we'll put PDD on here. What else do we have? Let's see. I think we are pretty much good here. Okay, that is our YouTube channel. Anything else? AMD Bloodbath. Yeah, I got AMD on my list here, man. It's not looking good. AMD, Nvidia, both dropping down here. Look at Nvidia too. It's right at the level of support that's been trying to hold for a while. So that is interesting there. And then AMD again also dropping quite a bit here as well. So again, I think the tech sector is going to be fun. And then tomorrow we got the big data coming out, right? We got Jerome Powell doing his thing, so that's gonna be fun. All right, friends. Anything else before we go to community events and announcements? I don't know if Peter will be able to do that. I think Peter froze again. Peter froze again. This time it looks like he's looking at a sunset, staring at a sunset or somewhere with the light. All right, another great shot of Peter. Should we do it? We got two today. We'll take another great shot of Peter. Why not? All right, let's do it. Another screenshot. All right, beautiful. Okay, friends, let's take a look at what's happening today on this beautiful Tuesday morning. So we're going to head over to bearbulltraders.com. And here, once you get there, you guys can take a look at what's happening for the next 2 weeks. But we're going to focus today on today's webinar, which is this Tuesday evening. We had a great onboarding class yesterday, guys. Thanks for joining me last night. That was a lot of fun. Some really great questions, very active group there. So welcome to those new members that are joining us for for the 7-day trial, and also for those that have made the plunge and jumped right in, signing up to be part of the BBT family. So welcome, guys. All right, tonight we got Lenny building a trade book opening range breakout. So Lenny also trades the 5-minute order as well, like I do. So I know that was a question over on the YouTube chat, but yeah, that's my strategy. The 5-minute ORB, been trading it for 5-6 years. So yeah, definitely take a look at that. And then next week we're going to have Michael. He's going to be doing the roadmap to profitable trading, your unique trading edge. So important to build an edge, guys. Don't go up, head to head against the market, it usually does not end very well. You can always log on to tradingterminal.com and get the latest and greatest information on there, guys. So make sure you do that. We got everything from heat maps, scanners. That's where I get my scanners every morning, right? So turbo breakup, turbo breakdown, and also I got the gap up and gap down for the pre-market show that you're seeing here. So definitely take advantage of that completely. Free to use, tradingterminal.com. Head on there and take advantage of all the tools are available to you. And then we're going to go over here for our promotions, down to bearwithtraders.com. You can see our intro, basic, elite, and elite annual packages. For the intro package, right, you get a week access, 7 days to try out the system, try out our chat room and all that good stuff. Use pre-market 24. This comes down to $24. So for the price of 2 Starbucks coffee, you get access for 7 days, basic training courses, and a lot for more great stuff on this. So again, you really can't beat that. So no shrinkflation there at all, that's for sure. Check out the basic if you like what you see. Check the elite annual, gives you access to the most important thing on here is the weekly mentorship webinars, right? That is what you want. You want the weekly mentorship webinars every week, guys. We're bringing you all these announcements that we mentioned in the chat. Tuesdays for strategies, Wednesdays for psychology, and then Thursday for mentorship. So take advantage of that. And if you feel this is the right community for you, make the commitment. A year for very low cost there of $2,388 gets you in for an entire year, plus one-on-one psychology coaching with one of our psychologists there, which is very useful. All right, friends, let's get to it. So at the moment, we have an okay list. I mean, it's heavy on the tech side. I wish I had something else to watch other than tech. But that's what's hot right now, especially with the drop we're getting. We got Tesla on here, up 1.5 after a strong move yesterday. Let's see if that's going to stick. We have Coin here and Mara and other Bitcoin stuff taking a hit this morning. Is BTC heading back down to 40,000? Are we going to bounce here? What's going on here, right? So that's what's happening there. These things are going to be heavily in play today. We have NVIDIA with their conference yesterday, which is not so great, but don't put NVIDIA out. And you can't get stuck in the small time frames. If you look at a big picture, NVIDIA has been, again, it is up 80% this year or something like that, right? It's up 80%. And if you look at from last year, they're up, 200%. I mean, it's just insane what they have done over the last couple of days. So don't get me wrong, we are getting a slight pullback here, but in the big picture, this is very small, very small pullback, a little weakness here. And we're just kind of all waiting to see what tomorrow is going to bring. Here's Google, on the other hand, in the green at the moment. Not that much volume, but I do love the pre-market activity. I think that'll be nice. And then Apple's really more of a secondary play, but we got the space for it. We'll watch it here. I'm going to make some room here. Let's see how our secondary looks. PDD still not showing me a whole lot. So I'm going to remove it for now, guys. You can keep it on your list if you do like it, but for the moment, we'll just get rid of it. Roblox, interesting day yesterday. Look at this nice clean drop that it had yesterday. So I'm not sure what to expect out of it today. Not sure what was the news that caused this drop yesterday. But we'll see what Roblox does if it gets the volume at the market open. AMD means just flushing here with the rest of the semiconductors. We'll do levels for that one because I know a lot of people will be watching this one, but their daily is also very clean. Which I like as well. Mara, that's my secondary to Coin. I have on my main list. MSTR, again, all these these two here, MSTR, SMCI, they require a different type of trading. So be very careful when it comes to that, right? And then we have XBEV here, which again, tons of volume, but no movement right now. So we'll have to see where that goes. But the volume is great right now. 1 million shares traded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? XBEV could do something today. I like that volume. It is up 3%. Let's move XBEV up. Let's see if today is the day where we do something. It has been horrible. If you look at this daily here, look how choppy it's been. Look how small these dailies are. We're not getting no movement. We're getting volume, but we're just not moving. Last 2 days, we have done something here. Well, actually, yesterday we did something, and the day before that one. But let's see what XBEV does. We'll put it on the list here. We'll do some levels for it and see how we can watch this one. All right, let's start with Tesla this morning, guys. Love the pre-market here. We are slamming it at 170.51. And then if we go towards the top, we got 171.90. So we're slamming a level there. 170, actually 175.66 is the high of the pre-market for Tesla. And again, good day yesterday, giving a little bit back this morning. But can this trend change hold if that's what we're looking to do here? Highs and lows of the last two trading days, doing an amazing job there. And then we also have 179.24 here on the daily, plus another level over at 183.29 as well. So we'll put that on there, and we'll get good to go when it comes to Tesla. Let's take a look at it. A coin again. Bitcoin down quite a bit from the recent highs, and then you have everything else following suit. 216.06 towards the bottom is the next day level I see there that I like. Below that one, we do have a daily over at 205. And then just in case we're really going to mess this up today, 194.62, great level of resistance that then became support, as you're seeing here throughout the day. So low of the pre-market right now is just slightly above the lows from two trading days ago. That would have been Friday. Here it is, 224.70. And then if we look towards the top, the only thing I'm going to worry about is the high of the pre-market over at 234.85. And once you do that, highs and lows for the last two trading days got you pretty much covered there. So don't have to do a whole lot more there. All right, let's take a look here at NVIDIA this morning. NVIDIA's, again, driving things down today. A lot of pullbacks on the tech side of things. AMD's another one that's pulling back pretty good. We do have 858 is the low of the pre-market there on NVIDIA. And towards the bottom, we do have a level here of 841. So 841, a good level on the daily. We're going to mark that down. And then below that one, if we do decide to really flush here, 824 is another great level on NVIDIA. Highs and lows for the last two trading days are surrounding the price action towards the top. Previous day close. I mean, you have a ton, my friends. So a lot going on there when it comes to NVIDIA. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. Let's check quickly, take a quick break here, see how many likes we have right now. Our goal is 160. I know today we got a couple of members joining us. So actually, we should make it, we are at 187 because our members are helping us out there. So thank you so much for that. Let's make it 240. Let's make it 240. It's just because I know our members are in there doing their thing. I really appreciate it. So thank you for that, guys. So if we can get to 240 today, we can consider that a win this morning. NVIDIA's looking good. Next on the list, we had the announcements with Google and Apple, as we mentioned earlier, but today, I don't know. I mean, yesterday they traded okay. It's not like they were awesome, right? Google's the one that's probably going to benefit the most out of this. Apple, not so much. If anything, it's bad for Apple because they couldn't figure out how to make an AI by themselves, right? And all the stuff they have released lately has not been a hit, right? This Apple Vision stuff, yeah, great, but not an iPhone type release, right? After they released the iPhones and their Macs, that all has been great. There hasn't been anything that's like, aha, wow, this is awesome. So, so they're reaching out for help here to get it right this time before they release the next product. So 146 here is low of the pre-market on Google. 148.61 is the high. Then once you do that, you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. I think you're pretty good there. Taking a look at Apple this morning, Apple low of the pre-market is going to be down at 173. And then our high of our pre-market, we're testing that right now, 174.45 is a good one. And then once you look at the bigger picture on the daily, you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. So not much for you to add on here. Again, Apple looks more of a secondary type stock at the moment, but we'll see how the market opens, treats this one, given all the news they have going on lately. Here's XBEV, guys. So XBEV's got great volume, 1.3 million shares traded. They are up 3.7, and they're trading much better than they usually do over the last 3 or 4 trading days. Better than this type of action we're seeing here, right? This is just brutal, messy XBEV. You see all these small spikes, right? A small, very daily candle. So this one looks a little more decent today. They were in the red early on, all the way down to 960. Since then, have bounced into the green. Now 1025 is the high of the pre-market. Above that, you do have the highs for the last trading day. Towards the bottom here, I am going to mark down this area at 10. You see a little bit of support resistance happening there. A couple of days opening and closing right around that area. So you definitely want to mark that down in case there's any action if we do pull back. Even in the pre-market, you can see here a little bit of flirting going on with that $10 price there. So that looks good for XBEV. And then our possibles list looks great. Let's take it over to our moderators list and see what they have this morning. And I see we do have a couple here. So I'm just going to bring this over. And as we're doing this, guys, help us with that thumbs up. Really appreciate it over on YouTube. We promise you will not be charged, completely free, just for you, my friends, just for you. All right, here we are. Let's take a look at who do we have first? Thor. Let me see. I don't miss anybody. Nope, did not miss anyone. Thor has Tesla, AMD, his futures, plus also his commentary on X. Peter's Watchlist, the inside of my eyelid. So Peter will not be trading today. That's probably a great idea. CFC over on YouTube says thank you, Carlos and Frozen Peter. Yes, we got two really good shots of Peter Frozen that we can use now. Let's see here. So Eamon not liking much today. Still in Microsoft and Tesla swings. Stop loss at break even. Rafsilla could be a decent day, but I'm feeling it's a day of to be extra careful. Watching Mara only at the moment. Megan looking at AMD today. Brian, Nvidia, Tesla, and Apple for him this morning. And I think I trade live with our P Capital friends, my P Capital buddies this morning. So I'll be trading live there, which I'm just going to confirm that. But yeah, we'll be trading with the P Capital Bootcamp live there in just a couple of minutes. Guys, you want to learn more about P Capital, go to pcapitaltrading.com and you can see everything that's happening there. All right, friends, anybody else? I think we're all set. Jana, do I trade options? I do a little bit. I do a lot more than a little bit now. But yeah, I'm doing some options trading, only taking one contract at a time, right? So I'm not really going crazy with it, but I'm learning more about it, and there's still so much to learn when it comes to options. But options is, there's some stocks that I will not trade directly trading equities, but with options, it gives you more opportunities, sometimes better opportunities to do so. But I always recommend people start with equities first, learn how to trade equities. And then once you do that, learning options can become easier. But options are pretty good. We got some pretty good videos from Jared and Megan on options and how to get started, right? So excellent. All right, friends, that is our show for today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning over on YouTube. Thank you, our members, for being patient with these tech issues and joining the YouTube chat. Really appreciate it. If you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up, and we will see you guys. Oh, yes, Happy New Year to Andrew, right? Today's Happy New Year. Is that correct? Yes, I believe it's today. I saw Art also sent the message yesterday, so we got to text Andrew. Yes, it is, right? Okay, excellent. All right, so Happy New Year, guys, for those that are celebrating today. So friends, take care, have an amazing trading day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.